everyone. So today's questions, looks like we have a whole series of questions about the masks I've been making. They were casually mentioned in a few other posts and videos. Let's see, tell me more about the masks you're making. What are they made of? How are you getting them to people without breaking social distancing? That's reasonable. Just lots and lots of questions about the masks. So the masks I've been making, I initially started by making some for a family member who is immunocompromised and lives in a state that was hit very hard before we were. So those were the first ones that I made and shipped out. And then I also shipped some to a city nearby them where I had other loved ones as well. And then it just then COVID hit here, and of course masks were nowhere to be found. I have loved ones who are essential workers, and also, at some point, usually at least one person in a household has to go out on essential errands. So people were asking for masks. I have focused on providing masks primarily for people who can't afford them or lack access for some reason. So for that reason, I haven't been charging for them. I'm not turning a profit on this. And I have had a few people recently who have been willing and able to make donations to cover supplies. And once I told them what I've been doing, they were more than happy to pay for the supplies for the masks of others as well. So what I've been making are the accordion type, like a procedure mask with ties, because elastics are hard to find, but they're also hard on the ears. So if you're wearing them very often, the ties are the sources are easier to come by, and you can still get a good custom fit. They are 2 layers of woven cotton fabric with a filtering fabric in the middle. I'm not going to go into, brand names or what have you, because I don't want people complaining, oh, you're promoting someone else's product and not ours. But there are companies, manufacturers that make washable filters that have converted their production to producing by the yard for this purpose. If you get online, you can find that information pretty quickly and order some if you need it. And so, of course, this isn't a hazmat suit. If you're wearing a mask out, you're still vulnerable from transmission through your eyes if they aren't covered. Obviously, you still need to be practicing social distancing. Consider, behaving as if the virus is on every surface around you and all of those things. But this is, we should be wearing masks when we're in public. That is the CDC's recommendation. And as I've said, I think we should all be behaving as if we have the virus and don't want to spread it. So therefore, if I'm going into a public place, I'm going to wear the mask just in case I have it and don't have symptoms. I don't want to accidentally be spreading that and putting that on surfaces or what have you for other people to pick up. So now as for how I'm getting those to people without breaking social distancing, for people out of state, I've shipped to, I think, 6 different states outside of Oklahoma. Of course, those are being mailed through the Postal Service. But the majority of the masks that I have made have stayed here in Oklahoma, but primarily in the metro. And so we've been doing a porch pickup drop-off system. I will either drop off on their porch, or for people who are much closer to me, I've been leaving bags with their names written on them on the porch for them to pick up at their designated time, so that there's no breaking of social distancing. And then that way everybody, they know that I'm taking precautions when I put them in the bag, but I tell them to behave as if I hadn't, and go home, clean, sanitize everything as you would if you picked it up from a public place, just as a precaution. So keep sending in your questions and I'll keep answering.